Many times when things get difficult, when the going gets rough, we are tempted to run back to what we know, to what's easy, comfortable, and doesn't require a lot of faith. Get your coffee. In Genesis 12, we have one of the more well-known passages of the Old Testament. It is commonly referred to as the Abrahamic call or the Abrahamic blessing passage. God called a man named Abram, and he said to him, "Leave your family and your country and follow me to a land that I will show you, and I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I'm going to bless those who bless you and curse him who curses you, and in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." And Abraham departed and followed God, setting out at 75 years old. He came to a place in the ancient land of Canaan, modern-day Israel. And he established an altar to the Lord in that region, and he called the name of that place Bethel, which means house of God. And he dwelt there, or just east of that place. But then the scriptures say in Genesis 12 that there was a famine in the land. And instead of staying in that place that God had led him to, instead of remaining there at Bethel, the house of God, Abram went down to Egypt to dwell there. He trusted God and he left all that he had known in his life to that point. But when push came to shove and there was a lack in his life, he departed from Bethel, from the house of God, and he went down to Egypt. That's always the temptation when there is a deficiency or a lack. We are led to go back to Egypt, back to the things of this world. Generations later, when the journey to the promised land was difficult for the people of Israel during their exodus out of Egypt, they were tempted to turn back to Egypt. And then when the Assyrians were on the warpath in the 8th century, late 8th century BC, and they were consuming everything that was before them, Hezekiah, king of Judah, was tempted to trust in Egypt. But the word of the Lord through the prophet Isaiah came to him, saying, "Woe to those who go down to Egypt for help, who rely on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but who do not look to the Holy One of Israel, nor seek the Lord." During troubling times, the temptation is always to turn to the storehouse or the weaponry of Egypt for hope and for help. But the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong on behalf of those whose heart is loyal to him. As the psalmist would declare, some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. So trust in the Lord forever, for in him alone is everlasting strength, even when we find that there is a lack, even when there is a famine, even when there is the onslaught of the enemy. Trust in the Lord forever, for in him alone is everlasting strength. Hey, next week is a holiday week, so enjoy your time with your family and your friends, and we'll see you after the break. See you next time.